2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, the 30th of March, and it's Take a Walk in the Park Day. And a big happy birthday to MC Hammer, Celine Dion, Piers Morgan, and Eric Clapton. There was a Russian missile strike on Tuesday on government offices in the city of Mykolaiv, killing at least 7 and injuring 22. It came as there were hopeful signs from peace talks in Istanbul, attended by Roman Abramovich and opened by Turkish President Erdogan. Russia's Deputy Defence Minister Alexander Fomin appeared to have positive news after the first day of talks.
The decision has been taken to drastically reduce military activity in the Kyiv and Chernihiv directions. We assume that the relevant basic decisions will be adopted in Kyiv and that the conditions for further normal work should be created.
Ukrainian President Zelensky was more sceptical, saying that Russia's offer to withdraw from Kyiv didn't drown out the sound of Russian shells, while the Ukrainian Defence Minister is viewing the troop movements as more of a rotation than any form of withdrawal. The White House Communication Director Kate Bedingfield was also warning that Russian offers can't be taken at face value.
No one should be fooled by Russia's announcements. We believe any movement of forces from around Kyiv is a redeployment and not a withdrawal. Everyone should expect that we're going to continue to see attacks across Ukraine.
The Met Police investigation into the Tory party parties at Downing Street during lockdown is finally wrapping up, with the first of 20 fines due to be issued, but they won't say to who or to which event they relate to. Downing Street wouldn't comment other than to say Boris has not been issued with a fine at this time, but that it would announce if he is at some point. Lib Dem leader Sir Ed Davies says the fines make it clear that there were rules broken.
The buck should stop with the Prime Minister, with what happens in number 10. It's quite wrong for him to hire expensive lawyers and try and hide behind them and throw junior staff to the wolves.
Labour's Deputy Leader Angela Rayner says for her it's pretty straightforward.
If the Prime Minister's fined because he's broken his own rules, then I think his position is untenable. I don't think he can go to the British public and say, I'm acting in your interests, when he's been laughing, joking, having parties and then tried to lie about that.
But former Health Secretary and now backbencher Matt CCTV Hancock says it's not the right time for the PM to resign.
He has apologised and he's acknowledged that there were problems and made changes in Downing Street. But I think we need to look at this within the context of what's going on in the world.
Tuesday saw Her Majesty the Queen and members of the royal family attend a Thanksgiving service for His Royal Highness Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. He was the longest-serving Prince Consort for a British monarch and the Queen's beloved husband for over 7 decades. Prince Harry didn't attend, but Prince Andrew made a rare public appearance as he arrived with the Queen to Westminster Abbey, where the Dean of Windsor, David Connor, spoke about his long-time friend.
Perhaps our greatest tribute to him, most especially in these far too troubled times, will be for us to accept the challenge implicit in his life to rekindle in our hearts something of that call for the inspiration and the guidance to play our part in working for a kinder future.
Donald Trump appears to have real trouble on the horizon. A federal judge just ruled that he more likely than not committed felonies in his attempts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Then the January the 6th committee discovered that there's an almost 8-hour gap in the White House records from the day of the insurrection, with an investigation underway as to whether or not the president used a burner phone. He released a statement saying he's never heard the term, so that seems to answer that then. He's also decided now's the time to call on Vladimir Putin to release information on Hunter Biden. You may recall asking foreign powers for help with his election is what got him impeached for the first time.
Why did the mayor of Moscow's wife give the Bidens, both of them, $3.5 million from? That's a lot of money. She gave him $3.5 million. So now I would think Putin would know the answer to that. I think he should release it. I think we should know that answer.
Oh, and Vladimir's probably a little bit busy at the moment, what with the war in Ukraine and everything, pal.
Still to come on the Smart 7, John Oliver's son really likes the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Ed Sheeran's helping out. Right after this. Welcome back.
There was a host of international soccer action on Tuesday night. The second leg of the World Cup playoffs saw Portugal face the mighty Northern Macedonia and win 2-0, while Poland took on Sweden and also won by the same. That means Portugal and Poland are through to the World Cup finals, while Wales have to wait for Scotland to play Ukraine in June. There were also friendlies on with all of the home nations in action. England faced Ivory Coast and came away with a handy 3-0 win after a first-half red card for Ivory Coast and Villarreal left-back Serge Aurier. New boy Ollie Watkins, playing his first game for England at Wembley, was delighted to have gotten the first goal.
I can't believe it, really. You know, when Raz has done unbelievable there, and when I just seen it, the keeper miss it, I thought, it's on the plate for me, couldn't miss.
John Oliver's had big success on US TV with his Last Week Tonight show, now into its 9th season at HBO. He popped up with Jimmy Fallon and had a strange tale to tell about his 3-year-old son's deep love for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and one song in particular.
You haven't heard Under the Bridge until you've heard a 3-year-old gaze sorrowfully into the mid-distance and said, "Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner." Yeah, exactly. Feel like my only friend with the W. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And can you imagine a 3-year-old? I don't ever want to feel like I did that day. You know about pain.
Tuesday night saw a fundraising concert for Ukraine organised by Capital Heart and ITV. It was live on TV from 8 p.m. with big-name acts including Ed Sheeran, Snow Patrol and Camila Cabello. Ed Sheeran says he was happy to be able to do something to help, particularly as he's fond of Kyiv.
I felt like I wanted to do something. I mean, I literally just shot a music video in Kyiv like 3 months ago. Wow. I was just literally just there, and it was an amazing experience. So yeah, I just wanted to come and do something, rather than not doing anything.
He also had a shout out for members of the Ukrainian band Antitilla, who had posted a cheeky video appeal from the front line asking to play live with him. Apparently that was a little bit complicated, but he has been in touch, and frontman Taras Topolia had a message of thanks.
Me and my colleagues from band Antitilla, we are fighting with Ukrainian military, but our families, our wives and kids, they not with us, and they need help, like millions of Ukrainian people who escaped from the cities where is war.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day. Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.